Good morning, friends. It's Joy with Decor Made with Joy. I don't know if y'all are like me, but I've got about a million projects going on at once, and it's hard to figure out which one to work on first. In the background, back there, you see just a plain square. It's not a moss wreath, it is an evergreen wreath with just a simple bow on it. I haven't quite decided about that one. And I'm working on some things for Vietnam Veterans Day that's coming up the end of March. I had not intended to do much for St. Patrick's Day, but turns out I've got a little book club group that I'm in, have been in for many, many years, called the Beautiful Bookends, and we're gathering in March to discuss a book, and so I'm going to bring a dessert, and thought I would make a table centerpiece, either out of a dough bowl or a candlestick arrangement. So today we're going to make a bow for that. Okay, here we are at my bow making station here. I really need to clean up desperately. I've got so many different piles of ribbon and so forth, but that's just going to have to wait. Okay, so what we need are our ribbon cutting scissors, and I have a pair that's just dedicated to ribbon. I don't use it for other things so that it shall remain sharp. I have a piece of bind wire, but you could substitute regular wire, floral wire, or you could do a chenille stem, whatever you want to use to attach that bow to your either your wreath or your arrangement. And I have a zip tie that I want to use to get it as closed as I can. That should be about all I need. So I've picked out 3 different ribbons. I have a RG here. One of the principles of good bow making is to get a ribbon with a good wire in it. And RG is considered a premium ribbon, and it has a pretty good wire in it. If you want your bows to stand up, they need a good wire. But look at this, how whatever shape you put it in, it stays there. It doesn't flop. So I've picked that. I've picked out this clover ribbon, and I seem to have gotten this from Paper Mart, and I'll put it up close so you could see the number if you like that. It's got a hat and a clover. Paper Mart has good ribbons, but their shipping is expensive. I'll just warn you. I ordered a lot from them when I first started, but not so much anymore because of their shipping. But that's a pretty ribbon, and I've had that a while. And then to go along with that, the clover in the hat goes along with this ribbon, and let's see, it's a 2.5 inch by 10, and there's the item number for that, and it's got a sparkly shamrock there also. So we'll open this up, and the order I'm going to put this in, I think this is going to go on the bottom, the middle, and the top. I want the shamrock in the top hat with the white strip that'll really pop on the top. But I may put this on the bottom, so I'm trying to decide. Okay. Decision time. I'm going to put this on the bottom. This wire is okay, but is not as solid as the RG that's only 1.5 inches wide. So I drop it down in the basket at my feet, but you could also use your spool over here or whatever method you like to do. Roll it out on your table. I am going to make a dovetail. And I think I'll make some tails on this. So dovetail the other end. And I'm going to take this ribbon through my dowels and push it down with my thumbs so that it's pretty evenly spaced coming out the sides. So you see that? Yeah. Both ends dovetailed. Then I'm going to go back in with this clover ribbon. A little bit of sparkle on it. Dovetail that in. Trash over there. Make an upper tail, just a small one. That's about 4 inches. Take that through the center of my dowel. And you know, the secret to bow making is twisting. So I'm going to take this ribbon, once I get it straight in the dowels, twist it away from me, full twist to the left, twist it away from me, and then come back, decide the length of these bows or loops. Let's do 6-inch loops there. And the thing about the Easy Bow Maker that I'm using is it has a ruler here built in. And also I have pretty bad arthritis, and so I don't have to pinch and hold it. It does the holding for me. But, you know, make hand bows if you don't have arthritis and you like to make a hand bow. I make hand bows sometimes, but usually when I'm using multiple ribbons and making multiple loops, I'll go ahead and use my Easy Bow Maker. So I made a 6-inch loop on the right-hand side here. I'll slide this down so you could see. Just 6-inch loop. Brought it back through my dowels. Straighten that ribbon out. Pull out all the pinches. Turn it away from me, bottoms up, with the unfinished side up, and let's make us a second loop on this left-hand side. Push it down with your fingers or thumbs. Pull out all the creases, and then I'm going to pull that loop up to the top. All right, and I'm going to make a short tail over here. So that is a 3-looper with that clover ribbon. That's already pretty, I think. I love that ribbon. Okay, we're going in with our sparkle RG. Here is the center part. I'm going to make a dovetail. And small upper loop. Bring it through the dowel, straighten it out, compress down, turn it away from me, full twist with bottoms up, unfinished side up, and let's make a 6-inch loop with this. Press down with my thumbs, turn it away from myself to make my right hand loop on my bow. 6 inches again, and I'm just now, I could either use the ruler, I don't know that you could see that, but the ruler here, or I could just use this other loop as my measure of my 6-inch loop. So whichever you prefer, bring it back through the dowels, straighten out the creases, full twist away from yourself, and make a second 6-inch loop on that left. Compress down. That's one of the secrets, is always compressing with each step. Now let's make a small dovetail end. Good. All right, pretty bow already. But let's go in with one more ribbon. And you see I use corsage pins to keep my ribbon together on the rack. Drop that down, dovetail end. Small upper loop, bring it through the middle, straighten out all the creases, turn it away from yourself with unfinished side up. Let's make this loop slightly smaller. Looks like it's going to be about 4.5 to 5 inches. Bring it back through the center, twist it, full twist away from yourself, bottoms up. Make a loop on the right that's slightly shorter than the others. And again, if I look at my ruler, it's about 5 inches. 5 inches over here. Okay. And then let's make another one on the left. Turn it away from me. Full twist. Back through the dowels. Compress down. So I have another loop here, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it up and pull this one down. Pull this one down. Then on the right, I'm going to turn it away from myself and make a small 1.5 inch loop here. 1.5 inch loop here that's going to hide my zip tie. Okay. Cut that off. All right. Now we're going to take our bind wire on the right-hand side to the right-hand side of the dowels. I am going to take that piece of bind wire, slide it up under my ribbon bundle, pull it back over to the dowels so that it's snugged up against the dowels, about half on each side. And then I'm going to take my zip tie. I'm trying to decide if I want to use a black zip tie or a white. I think I'll use white or clear, however you want to view that. Take that zip tie, go up under the bind wire and the ribbon bundle, and I can start sliding the ribbon bundle out just a little to get that zip tie under there real well. Compress down and start pulling that zip tie. As you notice, I did not zip it all the way. I started pulling it out. Now I'm going to pull my whole ribbon bundle out. And the zip tie is not quite in the center. So I'm going to rotate it around and wiggle it up so that it is in the center. And start zipping that thing as tight as I can get it. I'm going to take my finger and the button loop that I made to hide the mechanics, pull that there, and then just start fluffing that bow. Before I fluff really well, I'm going to pull that zip tie as hard as I can, get it tight, tight, tight. Make sure I got my bind wire in the middle. Cut my zip tie off with my Nipix wire cutters. Twist that bind wire around. Now I'm going to really, really fluff well. Just fluff till you're satisfied. The other thing I may or may not add to this is a little clover brooch that I got somewhere last year. I got it from one of those China companies. I don't remember which one, but It was not very expensive, but it's blingy, and I could add that in the middle of my bow. I'm not real sure if I'm going to do that, but it's an option. Let's see, I made another bow with that, so let me get that and show it to you. Here you go on that. I made this other bow with some different St. Patrick's Day ribbons, and I did add that instead of the button loop in the middle. So gives you some options. So now I've got two really pretty St. Patrick's Day bows, and I'll decide what to do with those. Well, thanks for joining me, and I hope that was helpful to you. I will put this on my Facebook page and also on my YouTube channel. And let me know if you have any questions. Y'all have a good day.